Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are asking whether or not you can trust this person. This is intended to be based on their current energy. So we're not really asking whether they were trustworthy in the past or whether they might be trustworthy again in the future. What we're asking is, can you trust this person right now in the energy that they are currently in? With that said, please feel free to pause the video, pick whichever card is speaking the most to you, and let's get into today's reading. Hello Pile 1 and welcome to your reading. In today's reading we are asking whether you can trust the person that you are thinking about, and this is based on their current energy, so whether they are currently being trustworthy, and we'll see whatever comes out in the cards, so let's get into it. Can Pile 1 trust this person, please? Can Pile 1 trust this person? Can Pile 1 trust this person, Spirit? Do you want me to? This happens sometimes in readings where instead of the card coming out, Spirit will show me the card and then kind of insist on it. So I'm going to look through the deck and I'm going to pull the Hierophant card for you. Alright, and in this deck it is referred to as the Proclaimer. Okay, Spirit, calm down. Okay, there's lots of intuitive stuff coming. And I just want to say the phrase "elephants never forget." I don't know what that means in this context. I'm being urged to say it, and the key on this card is also very important. That's actually the symbol that Spirit gave me to tell me to pull the Hierophant card. And they showed me a key, and I said it's the Hierophant, and they said yes. And then I kept saying, well, if that card's meant to come out, I'll pull it out. And they kept saying, no, you have to go find that card. It's really important. So, so I just wanted to say that. We'll see what else comes out. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. It fell on the floor. Alright. And Pile 1 trust this person, Spirit. Okay. We have the Two of Cups. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then we're going to get your Oracle card, which is, okay, we have unlikely. Okay, that's kind of a direct answer there. We could interpret that as this person is unlikely to be trustworthy right now. Or it could be another message I'm getting is, if this is somebody that you are not currently in contact with, but you're just wondering if you did come back together, whether they're in a trustworthy space right now. I think there's a message here that it's unlikely that your paths are going to cross in the near future. That might be a message for somebody if that's relevant to you. Otherwise, I would just take this as a direct answer. This person is unlikely to be trustworthy right now. I think that it's important. We have the elephant and key symbolism on the Hierophant card. I think is important, and then I think it's also important that we have 2 twos here, and I think that these 2 cards might be saying that this person might currently be in an energy of the grass is always greener, just like constantly searching for the next thing, or for something that might not be practical. It might not be what they're searching for might not be a reasonable expectation, if that makes sense. It's not a bad thing to dream big, obviously, and it's okay to want things and to want things to be a certain way, but I just think that this might be the type of person who, if their partnerships and relationships are not 100% harmonious and drama-free, they might lose interest and want to move on to the next thing, instead of sticking it out and working through whatever issues are coming up. It's normal in any kind of relationship between 2 or more people, that things are going to come up. That's normal. That's a part of life. And I think, an important part of life is learning how to handle those situations without, destroying the relationship. This, to me, strikes me as the energy of somebody who again, is maybe a little bit too quick to want to move on to something else at the first sign of trouble or the first snag in the connection. It's like they're looking for a relationship or a partnership or a connection where nothing ever goes wrong. And that's the unreasonable part. Like, there's never a miscommunication. Nobody's feelings ever get hurt. There's, it's just unlikely that this person is going to find the thing that they're looking for. And so the way I would interpret that in this context is not so much that this person is untrustworthy because they have bad intentions, or because they're doing something shady on the side, or keeping secrets, or something like that. I just think that they're a little bit flaky and unreliable because they're not necessarily willing to work on something, if that makes sense. Like, again, this is the type of person who's like, the grass is always greener, and kind of like one foot out the door in terms of, again, the first second something isn't exactly the way they want it to be, they're like, okay, well, I'll just go find something else, which in my opinion is not a very healthy energy. So that would be the way I would interpret the answer to the question. I do want to talk about this Hierophant card, which is the Proclaimer. And I think that to me, the fact that this is the Proclaimer kind of says to me that there's an energy of this person kind of deciding what the narrative is in your connection, and proclaiming things to be a certain way. Whether that's true or not, it's based on their own perception and their own feelings. They're like, okay, well, this is what happened here, or this is the way things are, or this is the truth of the situation, without necessarily allowing the other person to get, or taking into account the other person's feedback or feelings, if that resonates. And with the elephant in me, kind of getting that idea of, the elephants never forget. This could also be the type of person, first of all, who might have some deep wounds from their past or their childhood, unhealed abandonment wounds, that kind of thing, which might be why they're like always kind of running to the next thing as soon as things get a little bit complicated or a little bit messy, or there's any sign of conflict. They might run because of an unhealed wound. And then it could also be the type of person who will hold on to grudges like forever. Because they're just not necessarily dealing with things in a healthy way. I think that it's like they never forget a perceived slight, and they might always have that in their back pocket, and pull it out, as like a reason or an excuse to move on to the next thing is what I'm getting here. And I think the fact that this is a book with 2 keys on it, and part of the message of the Hierophant is about wisdom. It can be about like higher learning, teaching, going to school, institutions, mentorship, guidance. It can be, the Hierophant has a ton of different meanings depending on the context. There might be a message here that this person, the key to this person becoming somebody who could be trustworthy is them reflecting on their own behavior and their own past actions and their own past relationships. Like, they could open this book, the knowledge that they need in order to make changes is in this book, and I don't know that they're willing to open it right now, if that makes sense. And I'm just elephants are determined. One of the symbolisms of elephants is breaking barriers, like overcoming obstacles, because they're very determined animals. The flip side to determination is stubbornness, and the Hierophant card is associated with Taurus, and myself being a Taurus, I can say yes, stubbornness definitely is something that that applies to me. I'm very determined, also very stubborn, and it can be difficult for me to kind of change my mind. With the Proclaimer, it can be difficult for me to change my mind about something. Once I have determined kind of the way things are, it can be difficult for me to remain open to other people's perspectives. And that's something that I've been working on, by sitting and opening this book. The key to moving forward here is a self-reflection, self-study for this person. I don't know that they're doing that right now. It seems to me with the Two of Wands and the Two of Cups here, they're probably not. The way I would interpret these cards, the Two of Wands can talk about, you know, doing like what if kind of daydreaming thinking, because we're looking, you know, out over a vast ocean and thinking, what else is out there? You know, what else is out there for me? What could I be doing instead of what I am currently doing? You know, is there something better over the horizon that I could go out and see? And so that's kind of giving me that like 1 foot out the door type of energy, the grass is greener kind of energy. And then we have this Two of Cups, and I think that this for me is context for, you know, what this person's energy is in relation to, what this seeking kind of energy is in relation to. The proclaimer energy is in relation to their interpersonal relationships and partnerships, and the Two of Cups in particular does talk about romantic connections. If this is a romantic partner or somebody that you might have had a past connection with, then I think that this is saying like this person right now has not really changed their behavior. They're still kind of, you know, kind of in and out, like not here, but like not like always ready to leave, you know, at the first sign that something's not going the way that they want it to. If that resonates, like this is just extra context for what we're talking about here. And the idea that they might not be able to find the ideal Two of Cups connection until they're willing to do this self-reflection here. And so right now, based on their current energy, I think it's unlikely that this person is trustworthy, because they just always have that 1 foot out the door. So I think that's the basic message there, the basic answer to this question. Hopefully this has resonated for you. If not, then it could be that your answer is in a different pile. But thank you very much for watching. If you did like the reading, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below, let me know whether it resonated or not. If you like my videos and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and the link to that will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching Pile 1, and I hope to see you in my next video. Hello Pile 2, and welcome to your reading, where we are asking whether or not the person on your mind is trustworthy. This is based on their current energy, so we're not really asking, you know, if they were trustworthy in the past or whether they're going to be trustworthy again in the future. We're really just basing this on their current energy right now. And with that said, let's see what comes out in the cards. Pile 2's person currently trustworthy. Okay. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Crown of Coins, which would be the King of Pentacles. Pile 2's person. Okay, that's too many. Okay, do you want me to take this one? Okay, so this card fell into my lap. It is the Sun. We are going to get your Oracle card before I start talking. There's an interesting message here, and when this card fell into my lap, your spirit guides showed me the Judgment card, and you know, I asked whether they wanted me to take it. They said no, take the Sun, but we need to talk about the Judgment card. There's a message there. You may, first of all, you may have found yourself thinking about this a lot, and there is something. Like there's a reason for that. It could also be this person is paying attention to their divine guidance, whether they would express that in spiritual terms or not. Whether they're aware of the spiritual influence, or if they, you know, they are totally unaware of it. Either way, this person is following their spiritual guidance, and it could just be, yeah, again, like following their intuition, and totally detached from spiritual practice, which is why Spirit wants me to speak about the Judgment card. There's something to that message about answering the call of a spiritual path. So I wanted to talk about that. We do have, okay, we have Reconsider. Which is interesting. It's interesting. Okay, this might be right off the bat with the messages that we have here. This could be a past connection. This might be somebody you are either no longer in contact with or thinking about reconnecting with, or might have recently reconnected with. It could be that this person recently reached out to you and you're wondering, have they changed? Like, you know, what has changed here? You know, can I trust their intentions? If that resonates. This could also be like somebody new, and this is just context for where they're at emotionally right now. This is based on their current energy. There's a message here with the Three of Swords being the first card here. There's this person has been healing from heartbreak, and whether that was something that, again, that happened in your connection with you, there's a message here that definitely there were hurt feelings here. You know, this might be the type of person who's maybe very stoic, very cerebral, very practical, might not have shown the fact that that they were very hurt by whatever happened on this three. So if this was represented a breakup or whatever this was, there were real feelings of heartbreak for this person. It could be that, again, that this is part of a past, you know, iteration of this connection, or this could be something that has gone on in this person's life fairly recently, that they're trying to move on from. And this could be coming as like context for their current energy. Like they're currently healing from a big heartbreak. And it could be that is causing them to reconsider certain things in their life. I think it's kind of shone a light on things in maybe in their behavior or in their life that have really needed to change. It could be that they might not have really examined what they were looking for in a connection, and it could be that whatever happened here with the Three of Swords kind of opened their eyes to what they do want or what they are looking for. The swords here have eyes on them, kind of looking like third eyes here. I don't know if you can see that. Like the hilt of the swords have eyes, and there's a big eye on this Sun card. It could also, these swords have strings attached to them. Sorry, I'm just kind of, this is a new deck for me, and I'm actually really enjoying it. There's lots of symbolism on these cards, and yeah, so they could be that they're trying to get away from connections and relationships that have strings attached. Like maybe they might not have realized that that they were being manipulated in some way. I don't know if that resonates. That would only be for, you know, if this was a connection that you were not a part of. Like this, they're kind of, again, something happened here that was heartbreaking that kind of opened their eyes. And then there's also a butterfly, which is a symbol of transformation. And then we have this message about reconsider. And again, like I think this person is learning and growing. With the Judgment card, they are doing the spiritual work here to change in some way, or at the very least change their perspective on something, which I think is really important. We have this Crown of Coins, the King of Pentacles here, which is a positive energy. I think that is a positive energy to be in. There's also a skull here, which would be a symbol of the death rebirth cycle. So again, a message about change. We have the butterfly, we have reconsider. So changing your mind, thinking back on something, and you know, changing how you have thought about it, or changing your perspective, which I think is important. There's a message about change. And again, so if this is something like a person that you have been in a relationship with before, there's confirmation here that they are doing the work, they're changing, they're shifting, and they're recognizing, I think, parts of this, it ended up in a Three of Swords, they're recognizing and taking responsibility for their part in whatever happened here. And again, we're trying to figure out how to avoid this in the future because it was very painful. With the King of Pentacles, I think there's also a message about taking a practical approach and maybe focusing on, you know, on the more physical world. It could be that this person has channeled their feelings into something physical. So it could be that they've gotten really into like physical exercise or a sport of some kind, or doing yoga, or this could even represent like like sitting in meditation, doing grounding work, connecting with nature. I think they're channeling this energy into something that is positive for them, and it could also be related, because it's Pentacles, could be related to work and career. Like they're creating something, they're doing something, they're manifesting something, bringing something into the physical that's related to these feelings here. So I don't know what that means in relation to the context of the reading, but this is just, this is a check-in on this person's current energy. They're currently in the energy of the King of Pentacles, which is, I think, a positive place for this person to be in, and it's a balanced place. Like they're not coming from a chaotic or imbalanced or a place where they're acting out of hurt. They're really kind of taking a moment to consider their life, their position, and the things. The King of Pentacles is a very responsible energy, and so they're again taking responsibility for their own actions, and I think that is a positive message. And then I do want to talk about the Sun. The Sun, typically in like kind of a yes or no type of reading, where we're asking a question, can you trust this person? Yes or no? Kind of a black and white answer. For me, my two shorthand cards in the tarot deck of the 78 cards, the Sun is a yes, and the no would be the Nine of Swords. For me, that's just for me. That's my own personal shorthand when I'm doing this type of reading. So the Sun is a yes. Yes, this person is coming from a place of trustworthiness, and I think that's being reflected by their current energy being the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is trustworthy. They're trustworthy, they're reliable, and they're going to do whatever they need to do to follow through on their promises and the things that they have said that they're going to do. And if for whatever reason they can't fulfill the promise, they're going to communicate about it and take responsibility for it. It's like a stable and responsible energy. So the Sun, again, would just be saying like yes. And it could be that, again, because this person has been doing a lot of reflection on what happened here, on this heartbreak, and they've been doing a lot of growth, and really working on themselves and working on showing up for themselves and other people, which might be something that they might not have done in the past, or it could be that they're just kind of leaning extra hard into that energy right now while they try to figure things out. I also think it's important that the Pentacles, again, like it's associated with like nature and growth and nurturing, and then we have these flowers growing under the beautiful light of the Sun. I think that this person is in a nurturing energy, which is just an additional message. And the last thing that I want to say is just, again, like a reiteration that I think this person is going through a third eye expansion, whether they practice spirituality or not, like whether they would see it that way or not. We have third eye imagery. We have this eye here, we have it on the swords here, and then we have this glowing light on this person's third eye. I think it's an angel on this angel's third eye, and then this is the dark blue color that I would associate with the third eye. So I think that there's, and then the Judgment card that Spirit wanted me to talk about. This person is leaning more into their divine guidance, whether they would say that or not. So, and with the word here being reconsider, that's kind of what makes me think that this might be like a second chance for a connection, but it doesn't have to be. Again, this person is just kind of reconsidering what led to this heartbreak here. So, with that said, I think that's where I'm going to leave your reading. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like this video, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below and let me know how it resonated for you. If you like my videos and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content, and the link to that will be in the description. So thank you very much for watching Pile 2, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. where we are asking whether you can trust the person who is currently on your mind. This is based on their current energy, so we're not really asking, whether they've been trustworthy in the past or whether they will be trustworthy again in the future. This is just based on their current energy. Can you currently trust this person in the energy they are in right now? And with that said, let's get into it. Okay. Okay, we have the Crown of Vessels. This would be the King of Cups. Okay, pile 3's person. Okay, that's too many cards. You want me to take this one? Yes, okay, this is... Okay, that's an interesting message here. Okay, we do have the Seven of Swords. I just heard the message, waiting to receive. So, I guess we'll talk about that in a sec. Okay. Okay, and then we have the Apprentice of Swords. This would be the Page of Swords. Okay. King of Cups, Seven of Swords, Page of Swords. And the message about waiting to receive, which is interesting. Okay, an interesting message. Let's get your Oracle cards. Yeah. We have Ask Your Angels. Okay. I'm getting the sense this person is used to being betrayed. Their current energy is being represented by the King of Cups, which is a trustworthy energy. That's why I was like, this is an interesting message, because there's a juxtaposition between the King of Cups and the Seven of Swords. The King of Cups is somebody who would not engage in the behavior that's being described on the Seven of Swords. The King of Cups is, again, somebody who is very trustworthy. They are... very emotionally mature. They are very nurturing, loving, compassionate, empathetic. Somebody who is very reliable, will always show up for you, gives great advice, knows when to hug someone and give them support, when to back off. Like, this is just a very kind of emotionally evolved person. And the King of Cups in particular, despite their emotional vulnerability and their open heart chakra, also has very strong boundaries and a strong sense of, again, when to give their energy and when it might not be safe to do so. However, this particular King of Cups might have had a lot of experiences with people who would try to take advantage of their kindness and their compassion and their big heart. And I think that they might be leaning a little bit too hard on the side of not wanting to trust other people. Like, their boundaries might be maybe a little bit too restrictive right now. Like, it could be the sense that, like, they just are so keen to protect themselves that they don't know who to trust, if that makes sense. We do have the Seven of Swords, and which does talk about, deception, betrayal, lying, backstabbing. And that's why, again, I was like, that's not something a King of Cups would do. It's just not, it's not a compatible energy. And I think that they're currently trying to embrace the lessons of the Page of Swords because of a lot of situations they've had with people who have betrayed and backstabbed. So this is the context for what they're currently dealing with, like what they're currently kind of learning from, their current life lesson. And this is what is informing their behavior right now. And I think the positive message here with the Page of Swords here is they're trying to break this cycle. This person might be somebody who has been codependent in the past, or has like unintentionally, but kind of has engaged in unhealthy connections and sought out people who were not trustworthy, maybe because of a sense of their own worthiness, maybe because they're trying to unconsciously mimic, a parental connection that was unhealthy, always searching for that parent's love in their next connection, and it's just it's transference and projection, and it's not healthy. So that could be something that this person is, again, they're trying to break the cycle here. They're trying to get out of this pattern where it seems like everybody's always backstabbing, like always, taking their trust and betraying that, and it's like, I have such a big heart. I'm such a genuine person, and it's like, I understand that attracts people who want to take advantage of that, but why can't I find at least one connection where things just turn out right, where I can find another person who's in this King of Cups energy and is going to meet my energy? Why have I not found that yet? And asking themselves and their spirit guides those questions and saying, like, what can be learned here? What is the lesson here? What can I change? Can I get to the heart of this matter? Can I get to the truth of this matter so that I can figure out how to move forward without bringing this with me? Which I think is really positive and a great place for this person to be mentally. Like, it's not obviously great that they've had to deal with this, but the Page of Swords to me would be like a healthy way to try to figure out how to cope with these things that have been going on. The Page of Swords can talk about, it's a message about being very honest. Just being very honest with yourself through doing self-reflective work. King of Cups, not afraid of doing emotional shadow work. And the page is like just getting really down to the real, genuine, honest truth of the matter. And then bravely speaking that truth. That's where this person is. And they're kind of in an energy where they're like, let's cut through the BS and really kind of be authentic. That's what this person is currently looking for. That's the energy they are currently in. And I want to address this with Ask Your Angels. They may or may not practice spirituality. Regardless, I think that they might also be currently grappling with feeling betrayed, a little bit betrayed by God, feeling a little bit betrayed by their angels. Like, why did this happen? Like, why didn't you protect me? Why did I have to go through so many painful experiences? You're supposed to love me and support me and protect me, and you've just kind of allowed me to be hurt over and over again. They might be going through kind of like a crisis of faith in that sense, or just, still practicing their faith, but asking these hard questions to a spiritual source. Asking their angels, why didn't you protect me? What was it about these connections that was so important that I go through the painful part, and just asking questions. That's something that the Page of Swords is bravely doing, whether they think they want to hear what the answer is or not. And I think that that's a very healthy energy. It's again, it can be very uncomfortable to be in the middle of this process. However, this person is not shying away, which I think is positive, and it's going to lead to a lot more spiritual growth. With that said, the answer to the question, can you trust this person based on the current energy? The answer is yes, because the King of Cups is inherently trustworthy. They do not have bad intentions. They're just, the King of Cups wants what's best for themselves and others. That's the basic message there. Page of Swords, always honest. Bringing the sword of truth to every situation, sometimes even to a fault. Again, like, the swing of the pendulum in terms of like, I was being really... like I was doing a lot of people-pleasing, leaning really hard into caretaking and people-pleasing behaviors. The pendulum swings the other way, and now I have extremely strong boundaries, and I'm telling everybody the authentic truth, whether that's going to hurt their feelings or not, and just kind of maybe being a little far or extreme in the other direction until we can get to a place where it's kind of a little bit more balanced, where more healing has happened. So that might be where this person is currently at, but yes, the answer is yes. This person is currently trustworthy. They are doing their own healing work. They're doing a lot of shadow work. They might be connecting with spirit or angels, or just even asking the universe, like what is the lesson here? Like, what can I do to change this pattern? They might be going through therapy be, or that could be their kind of version of asking your angels, or they could practice their spirituality and be like sitting down in meditation and saying, okay, Spirit, can you help me out here? Because I don't understand what's happening. So take it however it resonates. With that said, that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. It's maybe a little bit shorter, but these were very intuitive messages. So if you did like it, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below and let me know whether it resonated for you or not. If you like my videos and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. I also have a Patreon where I post different types of bonus content. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description. And thank you very much for watching Pile 3, and I do hope to see you in my next video.